How you doing, everyone? Tom Taberry here, and welcome to our Memorial Tournament Roundtable, joined by Dave Holmes, Adam King, 10 TV, along with Skip Mozik and Anthony Rothman from our sister station, 97.1 The Fan. You know, Adam, we watch these professional golfers bomb the ball. Yes, athletes today, bigger, stronger, faster, and, you know, working out is part of the game of golf. But with that said, you see these little guys bomb at 320, 330 yards. How much of the game is because of the technology with what we're seeing in the clubs and the ball?
Well, I think it's a huge part of it. I mean, when you look at what Jack was hitting with, it was a little bit different than these new drivers today. And you see the technology that comes out, it seems, every year. And the new golf ball, and this goes further, and that goes further. And well, if you know the spin you can put with these irons, that's the story every time you walk into a Golfsmith or every time you walk into a PGA Superstore. This club is going to go 100 yards further. But I am still of the belief that no matter how far you can hit it in this game, it's the guys that can shape shots around the green and the guys' short game that wins championships. I say that knowing that the highlight of the PGA Championship was a guy driving it on the green on the second playoff hole because Justin Thomas can hit bombs out there. But it's still, I mean, a lot of it comes down to the equipment, but also that's just the world of golf we live in now.
Well, I think Jack Nicklaus would disagree with you, Adam. And Skip, you think about what Jack is on record saying. He thinks the golf ball is the problem. He believes the golf ball goes too far, and he thinks some of the compression should be taken back. You've heard him talk about that. What do you think? What's your take on the golf ball?
I think if Jack Nicklaus says something, you have to take it for what he means it. I agree with some things as far as what he's saying, that some golf courses, and that's the biggest concern, is some historic golf courses could possibly become obsolete because guys just hit it so far. But that being said, even what we saw a couple of years ago with Bryson DeChambeau, what he was doing, you would think he would win every week. That's not the case. So everybody hits it further than they ever have in their life. Professionals, amateurs, we hit it further now than we ever imagined hitting the golf ball. But as long as everybody is playing by the same rules, I have no problem with it. As a fan, I enjoy it. I really do enjoy watching guys hitting the ball. But as to Adam's point, you've got to get the ball in the hole.
Right. Right.
I didn't realize ball was not a part of equipment. I apologize.
You still have, well, that's the big thing Jack wants to change. He says change the golf ball. With that said, Dave, you know, I remember back in the 80s when I would go out and buy Balata golf balls. Remember those?
Right. Poor Balatas.
Boy, you would cut them one time and they'd have a big smile. Now you can't cut them. And
Don't hit a tree.
And they can spin and they're soft and all that. And then if we wanted to get some distance, we'd go buy those little Robin Hoods. Remember those? And they were not legal because they would go even further and all this.
I love a non-street legal golf ball. Gets me excited.
Today we watched these little guys bomb the ball, and you know, and Skip kind of brought it up. Is it getting to a point where golf courses are becoming obsolete? And, you know, you keep seeing the changes Jack has made. I think he's thinking about even backing up some of the tees now just to make them longer. I mean, you're running out of real estate. What, we're going to have 600-yard par 5s
now?
Well,
okay, so they're already going 470 to 500 on the fours. Now, the issue here is, of course, like Muirfield that's surrounded by houses, what, are you going to claim eminent domain, bulldoze a house so you can make it 520? Like, no one's going to let their $4 million mansion get bulldozed so Jack can move the tees back 30 yards. So you get landlocked there and you run out of real estate. That's an issue. So what you have to do is be smart, and Jack's trying to do this. 17, okay, you saw guys like Bryson DeChambeau take the teeth out of it by just bombing it down there 345. So what he did is he pinched the fairway up there between 3 and 360. And now you don't have 30 yards to hit it. It might be an 18-yard wide fairway. So that's the way you have to do it. You're not going to be able to move the tees back forever where you tee off in Fairfield County and finish in Franklin County. Like, you can't do that. So he's having to come up with new ways. You got to put some bunkers in, lengthen the rough, pinch the fairways. That's all you can do because they're going to keep hitting it farther and farther as long as the technology is better.
You know, and you know, following up with what Dave said, Anthony, you see the changes where he's narrowed this, he's done this, and Jack has always said to me he wants the golfers to think around the course, think their shots. But to a lot of us, you know, and some of the older guys feel like shot making has become a thing of the past. Because, you know, you think about the equipment that Palmer and Nicklaus and Gary Player played with, where you really literally did have to be a shot maker, and you had to really think your shot before you take it. Now these guys get up, grip it and rip it, and You know, and and heck, they hit a 3-wood as far as they hit a driver now. I'm watching these guys. I mean, is this kind of hurting the shot-making artery of what golf is?
Yeah, maybe a little bit, right? But there's evolution to everything, you know? You're not walking to a payphone anymore. You got your phone in your sport coat. So, I mean, things evolve, and the game of golf has evolved, like these guys are saying.
I think it's great for the amateurs. I want everything they got, but I'm saying for the pros.
The ball's insane. I agree. That is wild how far it goes now. But the bottom line is we just saw a guy at the PGA who didn't make the right decision on the 72nd hole, and it cost him.
Right.
Those are the kind of holes these guys are talking about that I think we need more of. The risk-reward for the driver. If you have risk-reward for the driver, I think that's the best way to go. Pereira did not decide to keep driver in the bag, and he tried to combat nerves, and he tried to hit the perfect side of that fairway, and he hit it in the creek, and he blew the tournament. There's still strategy. A lot of these guys, like Rory McIlroy, some of these guys will take aggressive swings to conservative targets. So they still want to feel like they're aggressive, but they're aiming more conservatively. I do think the answer is, instead of repealing all this technology and the golf ball and change it like you said Jack wants to do, I think that ship has sailed. I think it's more about the design of these courses, more dog legs. Everyone's hell-bent on taking trees out. Why are we doing that?
That's the thing, man.
To bring it back to the original form, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, that creates the bowling alley that you want sometimes. But I'm a big fan of risk-reward. I have no problem with one of these guys trying to bomb it. We see it at 14 at Memorial. John Daly tried it. There's so much trouble up there at 14. You want to hit the big dog? Go ahead and do it. You can pull it off. So risk versus reward, I think, is still what I'd like to see in golf, not try to put the genie back in the bottle on the ball and the drivers.
Well, I'm on record. I think you have a universal ball, the compression, and then you can have all the greatest. And I think the technology is wonderful for the amateurs. I'll take all I can get, just because the courses now. If you play Muirfield, that's set up for who can hit it that far? I mean, and so I'll take all I can get. But I think for those guys, make the ball universal. I agree with Jack.
Remember what the old IROC series, as far as racing? Yeah, have everybody play the same golf ball and just have a tournament like that just to see what happens.
Yeah, I would love to see a tournament. The PGA just explore.
So let me get this straight. You guys want us to walk onto the first tee and they throw you a sleeve of top flights and say, "Here's what we're playing today."
Yes.
That's what you guys want.
No, he's saying you are allowed to play any ball.
You can play
anything
He's
you
talking
want.
about
I'm
having
saying
the
wants
fun.
them
No, I'm well aware of
He
what we're
wants them
talking.
to throw DeChambeau
No,
a top
it would
flight.
be a premium ball.
Well, I'm not saying. I'm saying
great
top
ball, but it's
rock and jest. But we're all playing. So all sponsorship endorsements off the table.
Well, no, you can have your own. Just the compression
Okay,
has
so
to
it
be
has
the
the
same.
same
You want a
specs.
universal.
The same specs.
Same specs.
I
Okay.
think they should play a universal golf
I
ball.
thought we were all going to the first tee and say it's
I will
Wilson Staff
say-
Titanium Day, boys. Here you go.
I think they have a standard ball.
Okay, I get that.
And then you
I
can
get
have
that.
all the
Has to
equipment
meet
changes.
specifications.
Gotcha. Okay, I get it.
That's an interesting conundrum then, because then you really do see the difference between Bryson DeChambeau and what Tiger Woods can do right
Yeah,
now.
but
And
anybody's allowed to use whatever ball they
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
So it's not.
It's
No, what I
just-
mean is, so why?
Why would you use the inferior ball?
Yeah, why would you just go to a universal ball when? If there is one ball that's deemed to be better than the others, they're all entitled
Well, they
to
all
play
claim
that.
they're better, and
Right.
so
I've seen the commercials. They all go the farthest. They all go the straightest.
I want them wearing the same shoes, the same hats.
I'm just saying.
I
the
would've-
golf
No more
ball-
logos.
I agree with Jack. The golf
Strip
ball.
individuality
What
out
about
of it.
that hat with the bowl of soup? Looks good on you, though.
They're all expensive. That's what one thing for sure.
Yeah, Caddyshack
At
line.
$50 a dozen.
Yeah.
Keep it within the playing confines. That's the ball I want.
No joke.
All right, guys, be sure to keep it here on 10 TV, 97.1 The Fan for all your Memorial Golf Tournament needs.